Welcome back to Polaris Sector, guys, where we've finally gone up a level in ship size in terms of technology, and we're hoping to get those ships cranked out, filled with fighters, and out towards the front lines. But in the meantime, we have to cope with our older technology and shuttling our fighters to the front lines in old transporters. So, no enemy fleets here. I wonder where they went. An enemy. Oh, these pirates down here are going to cause some mischief potentially. Oh, this world was building an orbital shipyard as well. That's annoying. So this fleet has come back. Maybe let's send them out in this direction. Whilst our enemies mass. Oh, so we've developed a new engine, an ion engine, which could be better. It's always a temptation to say, "Oh, stop building the, we actually started building these Valiant ships, these new ships, and load them up with better technologies." But I fear that you might get into the trouble that the Germans had in the Second World War with their tank design of sort of constantly refining their designs, and yeah, you know, it means that you get some very impressive stuff, you know, ahead of its time, like the Panther and the Tiger, obviously, but it means you produce very, very slow numbers because you're constantly fiddling with things, in contrast to sort of the Soviet route of you know, let's keep the production standard even at the expense of quality, so that we can get the maximum quantity. So okay, they're not down here either. I'm wondering whether we bring these old carriers now to the front line, detach those fuel haulers, and just leave them there as an additional defensive force. Try and dissuade any further. Or we could. No, I tell you what. These guys now are very much a second line force. So let's see whether they've still got any utility acting as police forces. See if we can go take care of those pirates. We may not be able to, but perhaps with a new Valiant. How long will it take? Sorry guys, I'm jumping around a bit. Yeah, let's cancel that route. Bring them back to our home world, because it's going to take about 4 years, which is around the time I think that Valiant's going to be built. So we've had another fleet arrive here, and the fleet was destroyed. Doesn't really give me much information. I think it must have been that Logan scout that's trying to get back to its own territory. So at least this fleet has arrived here. So at least the Sentinel stations are doing some good, if only to be an irritant. UV lasers, so an advanced beam weapon which quickly recharges, ideally suited to missile defense. So again, something that we might have liked on our Valiants, but look, let's not fiddle with the design. How many do we reckon we want to? Maybe four fully equipped with fighters and bombers. See how they fare. 4 is quite an investment, but I think this world has the capacity to churn them out in a fairly decent time. Oh, one has already been built. Because I'm building two, it hasn't warned me that one's already built. So I'm thinking, actually, rather than stock it full of fighters now, what we do is we send it on a journey over to this side to just to group up with the fleet that we're constructing. And so just mean that there's one less to build over here, and we can obviously build the fighters in this world very readily. Right, so we've got our first Valiant. How many can we put on board? 40. Okay, so let's get rid of those for a minute, and we'll load these. Okay, well, we'll just get rid of them. Is there a quick way of doing this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And this is learning to count with Welsh Ben. So we've got 20 Typhoons, and now I want Spitfires, so there's 15 of those, so we can move them straight here as well, and I need 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Merge these here, and then right. So okay, in the future, hopefully I can build an amount which is appropriate, and that'll speed things up. So what I'll do, actually, I'll move these fighters and bombers, disassemble them, load them into the containers, and move them to the front line. Shall I move? No, we'll keep the Valiants back, just and get them. Let's get another one built. Well, actually, what we'll do is we'll build the 20 fighters and the 20 bombers, and then build. Just wondering, guys, no, look, let's keep the design the same. How are things getting on? Right, so he's moving south. We haven't. This Valiant's going to be built soon. He's making his merry way. Okay, so this one's now built, so same again really. Let's build 20 of those. We'll go for balanced loadouts. I'm just thinking, actually, the Valiants have they have hangars which allow for the ships to be repaired, but I don't think I've got munition stores, so it may not allow them to be rearmed, which is not so much of an issue for the fighters, but is an issue for the bombers. So we may be revisiting that design shortly anyway. But look, let's see how they get on in combat before we start making theoretical changes. Well, changes based on theory. There will be actual changes. Just checking that I've dealt with everything. Yep. So this fleet's now reached its destination. How are we going? So we'll wait for these small ships to be completed, and then we'll go and see if we can take care of these pirates. Oh, we've got a deficit of radium. Better, a very funky looking fuel tank. That's very flash for something which is serving a relatively boring function. Enemy fleet. Okay, so it's just these bloody pirates. How are we getting on with the production here? Oh, I wonder, do these... Let's just have a little look, guys. Do these... Yeah, these... they take up radium. That is what is delaying us, because we've built loads of them. But yeah, we've got a new ship fully fitted out. I'm not going to build... Am I... What am I going to do? How are we getting on down here? Yeah, this world is still industrializing. So look, let's help it defend its sector of space by creating more space stations. Yeah, we dealt with that. And this Valiant's reached his... Oh, it doesn't have... Okay, well, we can come up here to refuel, hopefully. Yes, we know about the radium deficit. And our transporter has come back here. One year and a bit until that one's complete. 7 enemy corvettes. Ballistic computer, okay, that's handy. Improves the accuracy of ballistic weapons, unsurprisingly. So 10,000 range is enough that it's got, you know, it can easily make all these little jumps, but it's not enough that it's not entirely hassle-free. Okay, so we've loaded this on. Let us merge these fleets, and then let's see whether we can take on the pirates as a first battle test of our new Valiants. It could be the case that the pirates actually don't get to the Valiant because they're destroyed by the smaller craft. So we can't get there. Just a bit short. Do we have a fuel hauler? No, we've got these bulk transporters. Where can we get to? Okay, we can get down here. So maybe we need to be building another fuel hauler. Fleet construction complete. Okay, great. So we've got that Valiant completed, loaded with fighters and bombers. I'd like another 2 really, but let's just build. How expensive are they in terms of our? Yeah, quite expensive, but we've got another one on the way here, and the construction delayed due to shortfalls. This transporter has arrived here. How are they getting on? 9 corvettes, a battle satellite, plenty of fighters. Yeah, we're gonna need a bit of a force to crack that, and I don't think we've got enough just yet. Okay, let's disassemble and load those containers and move him out this way. Right. So we've got a battle here. Let's see how we get on. So where's the new Valiant? Up here. So what I want to do, I want to collect the bulk of our fleet here. We'll make sure the Valiant's at the front. Everybody who can, I want you to release all your fighters, and we'll cluster them together. Oh yeah, looking good, looking good. Good, but slow. Oh, and the pirates are retreating. We may have to try and invent a ship that can deal with preventing enemies from entering hyperspace. They think they've abandoned their fighters, so we've got to hunt their fighters down, unfortunately. Oh, the fighters are going for the Valiant, so we may get ourselves a combat test after all. Certainly got. Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. Oh yes. So they are getting some hits in, but not from the torpedoes. Let's bring her about because her firing arcs are mainly to the side. So okay, well that was quite interesting in the sense that the Valiant performed well in terms of preventing the enemy missiles, enemy torpedoes from getting through, but it was slow, and the enemy did escape. So let's see if we can run them down this time. Again, everybody please concentrate. Valiant will keep in the front. Everybody release all your fighters, and let's concentrate them. Again, now the enemy corvette's going to jump, leaving their fighters stranded. We will see. In fact, let's move the Valiant towards the enemy. A little bit concerned about this fuel hauler. Yeah, let's hang around that fuel hauler. Just think it's a very obvious and juicy target. While the Valiant looks like it can, well, certainly in the last battle, seemed to be able to take care of itself, at least for a little while. They did manage to damage it, and you can see that damage is persistent. Well, the enemy haven't jumped, so we might be able to finish them off. Ah, there they are. And we've got the overwhelming numbers needed, not to stress about them too much. Let's come over here, and then we'll I think we'll be able to deal with these corvettes just with our own just with the fighters. We've got 20 Typhoons in there with those armor-piercing torpedoes that were very effective against the Logans. Managed to take on what seemed to be a superior force. So let's see how they deal with these pesky pirates. So yeah, that's the ion guns trying to shoot down, and yeah, great. Those armor-piercing torpedoes are brilliant when they manage to land hits. So this has got those plasma missiles and lasers, so it's actually pretty well equipped to deal with fighters, but we got him in the end. We overwhelmed him. So quite happy about that. We could, yeah. Let's come back here. Actually, I'm just wondering whether we should just cancel building the fuel hauler and use these. Yeah, well, look, the more more fuel haulers we have, the better, I think. So yeah, you come down here as well. Yeah, I'm just wondering whether we should have redesigned the Valiant, and yeah. Oh well, we'll stick with it for now and learn our lessons, no doubt. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop building ships here just to try and reduce the pressure on the resources, try and reduce that demand a little bit. Okay, so we've got our fuel hauler built here. There was a battle here, and the enemy retreated. Well, who were they? Why did they retreat? I assume it was the Logans. And oh, hang on. So yeah, Logan freighter. Maybe it was a spy. Passive spying 5% has spying equipment can sabotage. Right. So we've arrived here, so we need to get this one stocked. So there's the Typhoons, the Spitfires. This fleet, I want to come back. Come on, chop chop. Oh, there's an enemy force on its way. Construction is delayed, we know that. Due to plutonium. We've done very well on plutonium previously. But yeah, we've got quite the deficit, and we haven't got much of a positive balance. So we're about to have a battle on the front line here. This video is 22 minutes. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the video here, and then our next video can be devoted to the upcoming battle. Thanks very much, guys.